Once again, I've got that Mad Max feeling. Well, this is Northern Peru behind me here. It's just this really dry, dusty, arid environment. But the beach, the ocean is right over there, which is sort of nice. So I'll be driving right along the coast here. But it's just this windy road and just dirt. It's not sand, it's not anything else, it's just sort of dirt. There's not a lot of traffic. You can see occasionally a truck or a bus will go by, so it's not so bad. But the speed limit on this road is about 20 miles an hour. And of course, nobody goes 20 miles an hour. So I'm going to be trying to make it down to Trujillo today, which is a city in northern Peru. I'm not sure I'll make it all the way there. But one of the things I'm looking forward to that I haven't had in a while is Starbucks. I know that sounds crazy, but there's a Starbucks about 20 or 30 miles from here, according to my Google Maps. So I cannot wait to get a nice mocha frappuccino. So we'll ride and see how it goes and get some nice, yummy Starbucks. Man, if you like brown dirt, then this is the place for you. All right, well, I know it seems a little crazy that I'm craving Starbucks, but it sort of reminds me of home, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm going to indulge my guilty pleasure today and hopefully get a mocha frappuccino, a grande, venti actually, and enjoy it. And if there's no Starbucks, oh well, I'll get one another day. But I just sort of would like to have it because, you know, it's good. This is a little town called Piura. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. P-I-U-R-A, Piura, in northern Peru. Hola. These little things here are called tuk-tuks. They are all over the world. This is the Peruvian version of the tuk-tuk. It's a motorcycle with a carriage on it. A little bit different than you'd see in Asia. But basically the same thing. A dude driving and enough room for a couple people and a couple bags in the back. Now I'm in a very windy desert, but there's just sand dunes everywhere. Yeah, it looks like something you'd see in the Middle East. I'm still driving through the dunes. This is like driving through Utah or Nevada. So windy here. I'm sort of having to ride sideways. You see this guy here, he's riding sideways. I feel like I'm on the surface of Mars. Hey, I got up this morning and when I went to put my stuff in my pannier down here, I noticed that it's smashed. And I haven't hit anybody or have anybody hit me, and so I'm not really sure what exactly happened. But somehow last night, from the time I put the bike in the underground parking at the hotel, and when I woke up this morning, my pannier has been smashed. And then earlier I was looking in on my windshield here. You can't really see it now because I've sort of scraped it off, but it looks like some a piece of not plywood, sheetrock has hit that, and there's some stuff on the front there. And then I was looking, and it looks like this part of this light right here has been scraped. So I think either somebody hit it in the parking lot, which would be really unlikely because of the way it was parked. It was sort of parked in a little nook. Or maybe somebody down there tried to hop on and it tipped over and fell over. I think that's probably what happened. But so now I've got to when I get to Lima, there's a tour tech, and I'll probably be able to get a hammer and pound these back into shape. But it just sort of sucks that I put it in secure storage, and of course something happened to it. Unless I hit somebody on the way, but I doubt if I could bend my pannier that badly without noticing it. So, oh well, but that's what they're made for. They're made to take a lot of hard knocks, so not such a big deal. Well, yesterday's ride through the desert and the sand and the high wind was exhausting. I spent about 9 hours in the desert. It was like riding through a sandblaster for 8 hours. So according to all my maps and everything, it's going to be like that almost all the way to Lima. So I've got about 300 more miles of high winds and sand. To my left, you can't really see, but those two pyramid-looking mountains right there are actually remains of an ancient civilization that built some temples there. I think it's the Sun and the Moon Temple, and it was either the Mocha or the Chan Chan. I'll have to look it up. But the last time I was here, I went and visited that, and it was really remarkable. And then there's also an entire civilization just outside of Trujillo, of the Chan Chan tribe, that they didn't even know existed until about, I think it was 20 years ago, which I didn't understand until I rode through the desert, and there's just so much sand and dirt and wind that there's no way you would know anything is underneath there unless you dug it out accidentally, and that's, I guess, what happened sometime around 1970 or 80, something like that. And so there are these ancient civilizations that were as robust, I think, as the Incas that lived here. And it's just really a fascinating history just right outside of Trujillo. And it's sort of recent ancient history, so not a lot of people know about it. So if you're into archaeology and you want to see some really interesting ruins that are relatively new to the world, then come to Trujillo, Peru, and you'll see all kinds of interesting things. I am in the middle of the Peruvian desert, and it's absolutely just sort of breathtaking here. Just very, very sparse, a few cars passing by. But the thing that I hope out of this trip, one of the things I really wanted to do was just sort of test my metal to see what I was made of, and this is the exact kind of thing I was hoping for. Just hundreds of miles of bare, open nothingness. Man against nature, to test my limits, to see what kind of stuff I'm made of. It's exactly what I'm hoping for. It's a difficult journey, but that's what it's all about. It's the journey. It's about not getting there, but experiencing the path along the way. And I am absolutely loving and hating this trip right now at the exact same time. It's perfect. It's been really, really tough riding, but I'll be in Lima tomorrow, and then it's sort of luxury life again, you know, Starbucks and coffee shops, and Touratech's gonna be there and all that kind of stuff. So I'm enjoying the hard part of the trip as much as the easy part, because I think the hard part is really where you learn about yourself and those kinds of things. So I'm just enjoying it. And for once, the wind has stopped. Ah, listen to that. Nice. I just had a little bite to eat, some peanuts and Gatorade, replenish my spirits, take a little break, and now back on the quest to get to Lima. Well, this is the northern outskirts of Lima. I just got in trouble with the cops because I went down a road that was for trucks only, evidently. And they pulled me over and took all my documents, and then were going to give me a ticket. Then I asked them for a picture, and then all of a sudden they were chummy buddy buddies. So I didn't get a ticket at all, but I had to ride down this road that was sheer cliff on one side and a bunch of trucks and fog, and it was a little terrifying. But I made it. Feeling a little squeezed right now. I'm just stuck in Lima traffic. I'm only about 8 miles from my hotel, but it's gonna take me like an hour, maybe more, because nothing's moving. And I am starving. I'm ready to get there. Blah.